Hello, thank you for taking the long way around with me today. Yep, we are still working on the model. I still want to put some of these kind of lighter grey edging panels on these upright sections. So I'm going to do that today. How are you? How you doing? How am I today? I'm good question. I am slightly irritable, which I think is a reaction to the heat. It's particularly hot where I am right now, and that heat I find it uncomfortable. I much prefer cold to hot. I always have. Yeah. If I only ever come and talk to you when I feel great and everything is fine, that's not really honest, is it? I don't think so. So, yeah. Let's do this now when I've got a bit of a headache and I'm feeling a bit grumpy. And you know what? I'll survive. Being uncomfortable is not going to kill me. So someone said something to me today that took me by surprise a little bit. They said I was very brave. I don't really know what to make of that. I don't consider myself particularly brave. I know I take on challenges that some people might not. I also know that there are some challenges that I don't take on, like health. I don't really know how to begin looking at health as a challenge. I guess it comes back to, what do I care about? And the reality is I don't care about that enough. But anyway, we're talking about bravery. We'll come back to my attitude towards health and my attitude towards certain things that would probably benefit from my attention, but that don't get my attention. I'm apparently very brave because I undertake challenges when I'm scared, and because I do that, and that means that the person that said it considers me courageous. So what is courage? Courage is doing the thing that you're frightened to do, even though you're frightened to do it. I have things that I don't do because I'm scared of them. I don't like heights. I really don't like heights. I've never gotten enough courage to jump off a diving board, for example. Not super important. What is important though is not to allow the thing that you're scared of dominate your thinking. Well, do allow it, I suppose. It doesn't really matter. My life doesn't suffer. My life does not suffer because I don't jump off a diving board. If the opportunity to jump off a diving board presents itself, that may be different. I don't quite know how we would make that video, but maybe at some point in the future we'll look at a video where I face some of my fears. I don't know why, but I have terror of certain things that I would never have come across in my youth. So I don't know where these things come, where this problem comes from. Quite honestly, yeah. Why am I scared? Is a great example. Why am I scared of spiral staircases? Because I am terrified of them. I would never have met one as a child. I lived in an inner city growing up, so such opulence would be something I was unlikely to be exposed to. And yet, for some reason, the thought of a spiral staircase turns my stomach. Now that's just the thought. Actually being presented with the thing can make me physically sick. And I do come across spiral staircases. But I tell myself, when I do come across them, I tell myself, why am I scared of this thing? And I can't honestly answer it. So I will make myself go up or down the staircase. Going down feels worse. Again, I don't know why. So that's my phone falling off the wall. I apologise. It's very hot, and the adhesive that I use adhesive that I use can become a little gloopy, a little likely to a little too thin in its sorry about that little technical interference. Yeah. So anyway, I have these phobias. Birds. I am terrified of birds. I suspect I was presented with a bird as a child that maybe attacked me, and the adults that I was around as a kid would have found such a thing amusing, which sucks, but it was just who they were. I'm not going to disparage those people because they were who they were. Yeah. So courage for me, I suppose, is facing into the fear of something and still doing it. Feel the fear and do it anyway, isn't that the quote? I think context makes a big difference. I think because I've found that if I'm presented with a situation where I need to do something that I find a little frightening, but that the outcome of doing this thing is something that I personally get something out of, then I find my fear of doing that is held at bay. Yeah. So my question to you at this point is put down in the comments what it is in your life that causes you fear, and how might we as a group, as a community, support you in facing that fear. Now, making yourself vulnerable by admitting your fear in and of itself is a very brave thing to do, so recognize that and give yourself some credit for that. An example of facing this fear for me recently, what are we on, 15 minutes? Yeah. Well, today, let's make this real. Today I emailed someone about an experience that I have on a regular basis with a particular group of people that I find to be the experiences I have with this group, I find to be difficult. Honestly, I find and this is a group of people that are supposed to be supportive. So to my mind, this is actually extra difficult. Hence why I emailed someone in authority and raised the issue with them. I can tell I'm anxious talking about this because I'm rushing the model. But it's important to talk about. I feel that this issue is important enough that it merits me putting aside my own personal fears and addressing the issue. What is my fear? My fear is that the issue will not be taken seriously and I will be asked to not be part of the organisation concerned. And that is, the organisation is something that I've come to rely upon. But it's important that the people in charge of all of this know that the ones that are supposed to be supporting people are not doing that. It's important that that issue be addressed because there will be people who these individuals deal with who are vulnerable and who would really struggle to be treated that way. And it is for those people that I put aside my own concerns and seek to address the problem. I will put my own concerns aside so that I can speak for the people who don't have anyone to speak for them. I have to be prepared for a negative response to my reaching out about this issue, and I have to be prepared that I could be wrong. You know, it may just be my own stuff that is driving me to perceive that they act in a certain way. That's a little scary to think of, but but it is something that I need to be aware of. But I'm still nervous about it. It still turns in my stomach. It's still frightening to do. You know, facing the fear doesn't make the fear go away. Not at all. Facing the fear doesn't make dealing with that fear, in my experience, any easier at all. But yeah, this is bothering me a little bit, as you can probably tell. I will keep you informed as to how things go. And like I say, there is always the possibility that I'm just wrong. That how these people act is just how they act. That it's not something that needs to be addressed. Yeah. I'm glad I shared this with you today, because I think it's important for us both to see some vulnerability in the other. I think there is a value in that. Not that there necessarily needs to be too much sharing, because oversharing is a thing. But anyway, so I've gone round and I've put pieces in the verticals, and where that gap is, can you see I've added pieces to give that a detail. I haven't yet put anything here or here, which I could do now. Actually, I could. I'm looking at it, I haven't done this one. So let's do those. What time will we on? 24 minutes, yes, plenty of time. One other thing, sorry, it's a bit of a heavy subject today, but it was just something someone spoke to me about, and I thought we should probably talk about it. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a piece that I didn't do. This bit here. Now I'm intending to make flaps that will cover all of this, all of the curve eventually. And we'll get there. The model is slowly taking shape. In a way that I like. I hope you had a good day today. For me, it's Sunday, and tomorrow I have a meeting in the afternoon. It's just after lunch. Then I think I'm going to go and see my friend, seeing how I'm feeling. But I think that would be a good thing to do. Yeah. So we've now got all the uprights covered. While I've got a pile of cut edges, I'm going to, and the glue gun is hot, I've got some of these cut. So I'm going to glue those on. Yeah. It'll take me a few minutes to glue these on, to be fair. It won't take me very long at all. Another glue stick. So, if there is something in your life that you, some small thing, even some big thing, something in your life that you think you should face, consider how you're going to do that, how you could do that. I mean, be realistic. Some phobias that we have are really not a problem. My fear of diving off high diving boards, it's really not that big a deal because I don't come across high diving boards very often. But if something that you're scared of is really stopping you from doing something, then go in the chat and let's talk about, in the comments, and let's talk about how we can help inspire you maybe to face that. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for taking the long way round with me today. If you feel like it, like the video, subscribe to the channel, it helps. Tell me what it is you want to talk about, you want me to talk about. Put something in the comments, something good that you did today. And thank you for taking the long way round with me today. Yeah, have a nice day. Bye bye now.